Good morning, church.
Godmorgen alle sammen.
My name is Christopher, and I'm from the American Mission Team.
Jeg hedder Christoffer, og jeg er fra missionsteamet her fra SU.
But you probably knew that already because of my accent.
Men det vidste du nok allerede godt, at på grund af min accent.
So there's a group of 11 of us, as we said, from the United States, here for the whole month in Scandinavia.
Så vi er en gruppe på 11, som sagt fra USA her, som har været i Skandinavien i 4 uger.
So the first week we're in Norway, then we went for a week in Finland, and then we were a week in Sweden, and now our last week is in Denmark.
Så det var en uge i Norge, og så i Finland, og så en uge i Sverige, og så en uge i Danmark.
And so we actually come from a Christian university in the middle of Florida, from a city called Lakeland.
Så vi kommer fra et kristent universitet fra en stat i Florida, eller i USA, der hedder Florida.
And so even though it's a Christian university, not everyone is studying to go into ministry.
Så, og selvom det er et kristent universitet, så er det ikke ens betydende med, at alle de uddanner sig til at være en del af kirken.
Yes, on our team we have psychology majors, business majors, and we also do have ministry majors.
Og på vores hold, som der er kommet her i dag, så har vi også nogen, som studerer psykologi og business og sådan nogle forskellige slags ting.
Yes. And so our school sends out trips all throughout the world. We have about 50 trips out right now.
Og universitetet de sender forskellige grupper ud til at missionere. Vi har omkring 50 grupper, som bliver sendt ud på missionstur.
And so like I said, there's a team of 11 of us, and many of us came from, different backgrounds and came for different reasons, but in the end we came ultimately to share the gospel and work with churches in other countries.
Så vi er 11 personer, og vi kommer fra meget forskellige baggrunde, men selvom vi er meget forskellige hver for sig, så er vi kommet med det ene formål sammen og sprede Guds ord her i Skandinavien.
So in Norway, we mostly did school presentations and hosted events to get teenagers of the area to come hang out with us.
Så i Norge, der lavede vi skolepræsentationer på en skole og lavede forskellige arrangementer for at invitere de unge til at komme sammen med gruppen.
And through that, we really got to connect with the youth and teenagers of Norway and got them to realize what Christianity looks like.
Og gennem de her arrangementer, der fik vi virkelig muligheden for at connecte med de her unge mennesker og give dem et indblik i til at connecte med dem og give noget videre til dem.
And then in Finland, it was much different because it was a lot more street evangelism and talking to people on the street.
Og i Finland så var det mere gadeevangelisation og tale med mennesker på gaden.
And that was very scary.
Og det var lidt farligt.
And then in Sweden, we partnered with a church that was in a mostly Muslim area.
Og i Sverige, der var vi der var vi connected til en kirke, der var i et område med en del indvandrere.
And so we helped them out, clean out another church, and also did some kids program and reached out to the Muslim community.
Så de ordnede noget kirke og lavede sådan noget reach, what do you say?
Yeah, just reach out, connect.
Okay. Og det samme, de connectede med folk rundt omkring.
And so now, of course, save the best for last. We've been in Denmark this whole week.
Så det bedste til sidst er Danmark.
And so this week we're going to spend time with Exodus.
Vi har brugt tid sammen med Exodus.
And we also partnered with Graceland Church and set up their distortion event.
Så de var også inde i Kristuskirken i Region på Nørrebro og hjalp med at sætte op til distortion.
And we were actually here at this church on Tuesday night, and we got to connect with some of the youth that attend this church.
Og tirsdag aften så var vi herinde til ungdomsmøde for teenagerne og hjalp med at stå for det møde.
And so this trip has definitely tested our abilities and really gone us out of our comfort.
Så den her tur, den har virkelig testet vores evner og presset os ud i situationer, vi ikke er vant til, og fået os ud i vores comfort zone.
And although we do miss home, we have loved every single second that we've been on this trip.
Og selvom vi selvfølgelig savner vores hjem, så har vi elsket hvert et minut, vi har fået lov til at være her i Skandinavien.
And truly, being on the mission trip for a whole month and being in each country for a week.
Og at være i Skandinavien for en hel måned og i hvert land i en hel uge.
We just get to see how immersive and expansive the kingdom of God is.
For vi faktisk bare lov til at opleve, hvor stor og massiv Guds rigdom er, eller Guds
And that no matter where you go, there's always going to be people who need the gospel.
Og hvor end du er, så er der altid mennesker, der har brug for Guds ord.
And so, although this trip challenged us in a lot of ways,
så selvom den her tur har udfordret os på mange forskellige måder,
and for some of us we had some hard times,
Og for nogle af os har haft nogle lidt svære tider.
In the end, when we go back home, we're going to only go back stronger.
Så i sidste ende, når vi går tilbage hjem til USA, så vil vi kun komme tilbage endnu stærkere.
And we're going to be able to look back and realize that we actually did make a difference for Jesus Christ.
Og der vil det også gå op for os, at vi virkelig har gjort en forskel for Jesus.
To spread the word and to let people know of a kingdom that is coming and a kingdom that is here.
Og sprede Guds ord, at lade folk vide, at det kommer. Ja, og fortælle dem, at han kommer.
And so I just want to say thank you for, just having us here and being so welcoming.
Så jeg vil bare gerne sige tak, fordi vi vil komme her og er så gæstfri.
And I want to give a shout out to Pernille, the best host mom here.
Og jeg vil gerne give shout out til Pernille, den bedste værtsmor.
And so that concludes my part, but there is a team member who's going to come up and share a word he has for us.
Så det var det, jeg vil give
Hello, my name is Graham White.
Hej, jeg hedder Graham Light.
I'm a student from Southeastern University.
Jeg er en elev fra Southeastern University.
And I just finished my first year at the university.
Og jeg er lige færdiggjort mit første år på universitetet.
I'm studying accounting, so I'm not a ministry major.
Jeg studerer til at blive revisor, så jeg er ikke en kirke, eller sådan en kirkeuddannelse.
But I'm going to be giving a little word today.
Men jeg vil gerne dele et lille ord med jer i dag.
So as you heard, we've been traveling throughout all the Scandinavian countries this month.
Som I lige har hørt, så har vi rejst igennem Skandinavien den sidste måneds tid.
And one thing I love to do is really to get to know the culture.
Og en ting, jeg virkelig elsker, det har været at få lov til at opleve kulturen.
And especially in Norway and here in Denmark, I really got to know the culture because we got to stay with the host families.
Og især i Norge og her i Danmark har jeg virkelig fået lov til at få et indblik i kulturen, fordi vi har været hos en værtsfamilie.
And we're staying with the host families, you get to know what they eat, what they, how they talk, what kind of shows they watch.
Og når du er hos en værtsfamilie, så får du lov til at få et indblik i, hvad de spiser, og hvad de gør, og hvilke tv-programmer de ser, og alt sådan noget.
But also, through those countries, you got to see the different tragedies or hardships that the locals get to go through.
Og samtidig får man også få et indblik i de udfordringer, som lokalsamfundet i de her lande, de går igennem.
In Norway, we got to speak with the students, but one sad thing about it that we came away from is every year, the students, when they graduate, they party for 17 days straight. They do nothing else besides party. In Norway, they party for 17 days straight.
Så i Norge, der fester de for 17 dage i træk.
And that's all they do.
Og det er alt, de gør.
They go to school.
De går i skole.
And party.
Og så fester de.
And then when we came here,
og da vi kom her til Danmark,
we got to help out with distortion.
Så fik vi lov til at hjælpe til distortion.
We didn't really know much coming into it.
Vi kendte ikke så meget til det, dengang vi gik ind i det.
And then when we were walking through the streets, it really just blew my mind.
Og da vi gik igennem gaden til distortion, så blev jeg helt overvældet.
The kids just drinking, partying.
Alle elever og unge mennesker, der bare drikker og ryger.
And when I was walking through it, it really brought me a word about what are these kids really looking forward to.
Og dengang jeg gik igennem det, så blev jeg virkelig så åbenbart ud et ord for mig, hvad det egentlig er, de her unge mennesker, de søger.
What are they trying to get out of partying?
Hvad de prøver at få ud af at feste?
Is there a purpose for their life in this lifestyle?
Er der en mening med deres liv i den her livsstil?
And I realized there's not really a purpose or an end to it. Maybe at the very end. Sorry.
Og det gik op for mig, at der ikke rigtig er en mening med den her livsstil.
Maybe at the end of the day, they might have a bad headache or throwing up.
Og når dagen er om, så har de sikkert bare en hovedpine og har lyst til at kaste op.
But there's not going to be a good to the end of it.
Men der kommer ikke noget godt for vej eller for enden.
They're always going to be looking to fulfill a void that they have.
De kigger altså efter at fylde det her hul, som mangler at blive fyldt op.
They're always going to be searching for something to better themselves.
De vil altid søge efter noget for at forbedre dem selv.
And I have a verse that really stuck out to me, and it's Galatians 1:10.
Og der var et vers i Bibelen, som virkelig stak ud for mig. Det er Galaterbrevet 1:10.
It says, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ."
Ja, jeg glemte lige min telefon med verset her. Men
Oh, okay. And that really struck me because it says,
Og det rammer virkelig, fordi der står,
if I were not still trying to please the people,
hvis jeg stadig prøver at please mennesker,
I would not be a servant of Christ.
så vil jeg ikke være en Guds tjener.
And these people, the kids in the streets,
Og det her med de unge i gaden,
they're trying to please their peers, their friends.
de prøver at tilfredsstille deres venner og deres omgangskreds.
They're trying to please their addictions.
De prøver at please deres afhængigheder.
But then on the flip side of things, I really struck me about what would God's party look like.
Og så på den anden side, så ramte det mig, hvordan ville Guds fest se ud?
I have a feeling God's party would be lavish, extravagant.
Jeg føler, at Guds fest vil være vild og fantastisk.
We're going to be drinking from the living water.
Hvor vi kan drikke af det levende vand.
We'll be eating from the bread of life.
Eller spise Guds legeme.
And you're always going to have someone beside you.
Og du vil altid have nogen, der er ved siden af dig.
You're never going to have, your voice always going to be filled.
Dit hul det vil altid være fyldt op.
You're not going to be searching for anything no longer.
Du søger ikke efter noget for at fylde det op længere.
But then sometimes on earth, I come back to the earth part.
Men når man så lige kommer tilbage til det at være i verden,
you always see an exclusive guest list.
så ser man altid en eksklusiv gæsteliste.
So like the Kardashians, they have like their guest list, exclusive guest list.
Så for eksempel de her kendte amerikanere, The Kardashians, de har en gæsteliste.
But God's never going to have an exclusive guest list.
Men Gud han har aldrig en gæsteliste, hvor der kun er få, der er udvalgt.
Sure, it may seem like there's an exclusive guest list.
Det kan godt være, at det måske fremstår lidt sådan nogle gange.
But you need to take that step forward.
Men du skal tage et skridt fremad.
And once you take that step forward,
Og når du tager det skridt fremad,
you'll see that God welcomes everyone.
så vil du se, at Gud han velkommer alle.
He doesn't judge how you dress.
Han dømmer ikke, hvordan du klæder dig.
He doesn't judge you on how you talk.
Han dømmer dig ikke, hvordan du taler.
As you can tell, I don't speak Danish.
Jeg taler ikke dansk, så kan du se, at han ikke dømmer.
But he loves you for who you are.
Men han elsker dig for lige den du er.
And so, as I wrap this up,
Her til slut,
I just want to ask, put this out there and say,
så vil jeg bare gerne lige sige her til sidst.
are you willing to step forward?
Er du villig til at tage det her skridt fremad?
Are you willing to put yourself out there?
Er du villig til at sætte dig selv derud?
Into God's party.
Og ind i Guds fest.
And be fulfilled through His loving kindness.
Og blive fyldt op af hans kærlighed og hans venlighed.
So as the worship team comes up,
Og nu er lovsangerne gerne gøre klar.
and as we sing some more worship songs,
Og så vi synger nogle flere lovsange sammen.
I just want to encourage everyone to press in to the worship songs.
Så vil jeg bare gerne opfordre alle til virkelig at gå ind i de her lovsange, som vi synger.
Even though you may be hungry.
Selvom du måske er lidt sulten, det vil være frokosttid.
I just want to pray for this rest of the service.
Så vil jeg bare gerne bede for resten af formiddagen her.
Dear Heavenly Father,